Hello, boys and girls. I'm going to tell you the story of a very special reindeer with a bright red glowing nose. He was young, but very brave, and with his nose, he made a miracle happen on Christmas Eve. The story is called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. There were many reindeer at the North Pole, where Santa Claus lived. To deliver toys and gifts to children on Christmas Eve, he chose the 8 best reindeers to pull his sleigh. His team of reindeer included Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. Santa Claus fed them magical oats and corns so that they could fly high and fast. Santa Claus divided his reindeer into 2 smaller groups, one with male reindeer and the other with female reindeer. Each one had a different personality and interest. I'm Cupid. I'm Blitzen. I'm Dasher. I'm Vixen. I'm Dancer. I'm Prancer. I'm Comet. I'm Donner. Santa Claus had another little reindeer named Rudolph, the son of Donner and Blitzen. Rudolph had a big, bright red nose, and it wasn't a regular nose at all. Other reindeer laughed at Rudolph, called him names, and never let him join their fun and games. That made Rudolph very lonely and sad. Let me help you. Look, his nose is so weird. One day before Christmas, Rudolph went to Santa Claus and asked if he could be on the sleigh team. Santa loved Rudolph very much, but pulling the sleigh all over the world was a very hard job. So he advised the little reindeer to stay at home and wait until he grew up. Santa Claus, please let me go with you and join the sleigh team.
Delivering Christmas gifts to children all over the world is a really hard job. Stay at home and wait until you're grown up, Rudolph.
Overhearing his story, the other reindeer giggled a lot and kept making fun of Rudolph. They said that children would scream and cry if they saw his bright red nose glowing. Hearing that, Rudolph became shy. He hid his unique nose in shame and silently walked back to his home. It's funny that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer wants to deliver Christmas gifts. That big red nose would make kids cry. That's right. On Christmas Eve, a huge snowstorm hit just 1 hour before Santa Claus set off. The sky turned dark, the wind blew strongly, and the weather became very foggy. What would happen to Christmas? Santa was quite worried. He was afraid that he couldn't deliver the Christmas gifts to the children in such bad weather. Santa called on the sleigh team to set off early, but it was so dark that he couldn't see the road. The sleigh got stuck in the trees and then hit the rocks. Christmas could be canceled because of the storm, and if it happened, the children would be very disappointed. Suddenly, Santa remembered Rudolph with his bright, shining nose. He thought that the nose was so bright that it could act as a strong light to guide him on his sleigh. Santa ran to Rudolph and woke him up. The little reindeer was very surprised and delighted when he saw Santa. His nose even glowed more brightly than usual. Santa asked Rudolph if he was confident enough to lead the other reindeer pulling his sleigh. Rudolph immediately jumped out of his bed and said, "Yes, I'm very self-confident. I'm sure I can do that."
Your nose can act as a strong light to guide me on the sleigh. Can you lead the sleigh team?
I'm ready. Then Rudolph led the sleigh team on that dark night through the harsh wind and thick fog. But the brave little reindeer still tried his best to fly fast. The other reindeer followed Rudolph's big shiny nose to stay on track. Admiring Rudolph's bravery, they also tried their best to fly faster. As the sun rose and the fog began to melt away, Santa had already delivered all the Christmas toys to the children all over the world. Wow, I'm flying! What a great feeling!
Ho, 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 ho! Boys and girls, I'm here!
Santa and the sleigh team were warmly welcomed by everyone when they arrived home. Christmas was saved, and Rudolph was hero of the day. Santa Claus presented Rudolph with the Medal of Honor for his bravery. He became the youngest and bravest reindeer to ever join Santa's sleigh team. From then on, everybody loved Rudolph. The other reindeer never laughed at him and called him names again. And Rudolph became very proud of his bright red nose. Rudolph used to feel very shy about his nose, but the nose was actually a really special one, wasn't it? So, you should always be self-confident. Plus, the other reindeer in the sleigh team were very cute and brave too. So you should leave them fresh carrots after hanging up stockings to get presents on Christmas Eve. It's Christmas time. I wish you a Merry Christmas with your family and friends. Goodbye, and see you soon.
We had a successful trip with the help of Rudolph. Little Rudolph, you're my bravest reindeer.
Thank you so much. Rudolph, how wonderful you are!
It is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle